Hello everyone, I'm Mike Schultz. I'm with MSA Moto Sport Adaptive. We are here for the second round of the Moto X Adaptive Championship Series here in Lakewood, Colorado at this awesome Thunder Valley Raceway. We had a blast practicing yesterday. Everybody loved hucking these big jumps, these big step-up triples. We're about to line up the bikes here before too long and get into some racing. Just imagine if you were put in a situation where you didn't think you were ever going to ride again. That would be extremely tough. That's the driving force behind Motorsport Adaptive in this Moto X Adaptive Championship Series.
Pretty much my life. It's all I've known ever since I was 4 years old. I've been going to a dirt bike track. I got paralyzed in 2011 on Memorial Day weekend. So it left me paralyzed from the chest down at T5 vertebrae. I was laying in the hospital one day thinking I was never going to be able to get on a bike again, and then my dad comes in all excited, telling me about how Doug Henry's got his bike all set up and that I could still ride, and that was just instantly right there, I knew it was on. That's why I'm so happy to have the MSA, the Motorsport Adaptive Series, because that's pretty much been a dream ever since I got back on a bike, is battling for a championship and just let alone battling with people at your same injury or disadvantage.
I've been racing adaptive motocross since 2013. I initially found out about it online and looked up online and found that there were other people similar to myself with challenges in their life. My physical disability or limitation is having one hand. I was born without my right hand. Braking bumps is pretty hard, some ruts, having to change the angle of holding on with this part of my wrist and then putting this part of my hand in the front brake so that way I don't fall through. The modification for my particular motorcycle is I switched the throttle from the right hand over to the left hand and then changed the push and pull underneath in the throttle assembly. My meaning of motocross and what it stands for to me used to be competitive, and it still is because I'm a racer and I want to win. But meeting this group of people really changed my outlook on motocross and really wanting to help them and actually grow the sport of adaptive motocross itself.
This is my first race. I wanted to come out here and race with these other guys, you know, that face the same difficulties and everything that I have. It's really cool to be around other guys that, you know how you feel and know how hard it is to do this sort of stuff. And then I just love racing motocross. I love riding my dirt bike. 2 years ago, I was shot with a shotgun at a party. It came at me, and I didn't realize he even had a gun. And by the time I realized he had a gun, we were already face to face. But I think it just hit my leg when it went off, and he couldn't bring it up any further. So in a sense, I'm pretty lucky. Just got back on the bike as good as I could, really. You can't get out and do it. Do what you love, and it's just, you know, you're gonna let it ruin you. And if you let it ruin you, then you're not gonna be the same person that you were before. I think it's awesome to have a championship series, you know, just for guys like me and, you know, Mike and all these other guys here that are, you know, missing limbs or can't move their legs.
One of the biggest things with me being a above knee amputee, I can't control my knee joint or my ankle joint, so we got to figure out a mechanism to help us stay on the bike and shift so we can hit the throttle and boogie. You can kind of see how this foot peg works. As I stand up, it stays flat, and then when I sit down, it kind of rotates ahead. What that does is it keeps my foot in the right spot consistently, and as long as I'm kind of squeezing the bike together with my legs, it stays underneath that, and I don't go falling off the bike. To run the shift lever, we've got electric solenoid here, and I got 2 push buttons up on the handlebar, and that's what shifts the bike for me. The clutch works like normal, gas works like normal, it's just I'm using the buttons to shift the transmission instead of my foot. You just plug it right into there, and then when I'm standing up, moving around, it just kind of rotates. So it works great as long as everything's all lined up and working well. working on the bike is one thing, and then I got to work on the whole prosthetic device too to get me rolling. So yeah, a lot of extra work and details that goes into all this adaptive moto. On behalf of myself and Spencer, I want to thank all you guys for making a long trip from all over the country.
So we're going to start out with the Paraclass. Coming in third place, the local legend hailing from Lakewood, Colorado, Aaron Hill. Coming in second place, Jesse Gildy. Taking first, having a good battle with Jesse Gildy all day, Tyler Fry. Next up, the upper limb. Coming in third, Kiana Clay. Coming in second, Drake Smeltz. Coming in first place, Steve Howe. Lower limb. Coming in third, Spencer McGinnis. Coming in second, James Armstrong. Coming in first, Monster Mike Schultz, hailing from Minnesota.